We in here. We in
Hey.
Oh yes, it's a good day. First things first, welcome everybody. This is Section.300, where real fans talk real life. I'm your host, Just AG, alongside my boy Alec Foster.
What's
We're
good?
here Sunday night, and we are clearly hyped up a little bit, and it's because we just watched the Jordan doc. Episode 7 and 8 have just debuted, and the whole world has sat down and watched it. I'm sorry, I'm a mind. I want to slow down for half a second though.
Okay.
For two reasons. First off, Happy Mother's Day. Tell the moms out there.
We got to throw that out there. You know, all love to all the moms.
We gotta make sure we shout out the moms. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Hopefully your day is going great. And then secondly, that's out of the way. Go, bro. Like let's stop playing around. Let's stop playing around.
Mother's Day was over at 6 p.m. Man.
There's been too much talk in these last couple of years about LeBron trying to take the title from him. And as a young kid,
I'm sorry to the bronze sexuals.
As a 22-year-old, they didn't even get the chance to see Jordan in real time. Just going back and seeing the stuff that's going on, seeing it now, and really getting the full details of what's going on. He's the GOAT, bro. Let's stop playing around. Like let's clear it out. So episode 7 and 8 have just debuted, and it furthered that belief today. Seeing all the turmoil that he went through, bouncing back and forth between what happened with his father, as well as him retiring, all the hoopla around that and speculation that what led to that, and then going back into the last dance, this last season, and what led to it, and him just trying to get his legs back as he fought through those first 2 years, still winning championships and things, but still trying to get back into his old ways. So there's a lot going on there. And what did you think of these last 2 episodes that we got?
Yeah, man, I definitely had the same feeling as you. We talked a little bit during just watching it. It's undeniable, like the killer instinct that like some people joke about, some people like give it a lot of like credibility. Like it's a real thing. Like you can see, you can feel it through the screen. Still, he's been retired for years, but you still feel like the aggression, like the drive, like the laser focus, like, and it could just take something small, even if he made it up himself, to like motivate himself to go out and kill you on the court. Like it was ridiculous.
For some reason, and this is gonna be funny to you because we kind of joke about this person as well. But there was a Drake skit on SNL when like somebody like pissed him off, something like that, and he would like automatically turn into this meme.
I think I remember that.
Like that. I feel like every time, like every Jordan story was like that. He's walking the ball, doesn't say anything to him. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill him. DJ Armstrong, if somebody gets in his face, riled up. Oh my God, I gotta go off. 35 points. Like any little thing he needed for motivation, he used took it to the nth degree. And it was
like don't poke the bear, man, because everyone knows that gear he can hit.
And the confusing thing to me is that you already saw him win 3 championships.
Yeah.
You know who this man is.
Yeah, man.
Y'all have saw this since day one. That man is a killer. Stop playing with this man. He leaves, comes back. First, it was a little shaky, but he still showed glimpses that he could come back and figure this out. He shows it all season long, gets to the playoffs, and y'all still cheering in his face. Like, did y'all not learn? Like,
that dumbass was Nick Anderson on the Magic, who was like 45 ain't the same as 23. I was like,
man, what are you doing?
Horace Grant, who was a former Bull, had to be like, bro, come on.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh my God. So yeah, it was absolutely crazy to watch. Absolutely crazy to watch. And I loved every second of it. So definitely love that killer instinct. People, it's definitely different from anybody that we see in the current NBA. And anybody includes the guy that gets compared to him all the time, and LeBron as well. LeBron just has a little bit in that. I'm not going to deny that. But to the level of what we're talking about with Jordan and what we just saw with these last 2 episodes, it's a whole different thing.
The closest I've seen, obviously, is Kobe. And then I see a little bit in Westbrook. And Jordan has said that himself, too, about Westbrook, too. Just that
Westbrook has not had the same success. If he had success to match it, we'd be credited more. When he gets mad and then gets beat by Dame Lillard, and like it's just not the same.
It's not a good look,
Same, man. Oh well, but
he's waving goodbye to you in the playoffs. It's not the same,
Yeah, definitely. So I'm glad to see that there's some people trying to emulate and keep that energy alive. But I would love, even this is kind of weird because I definitely enjoyed watching MJ. I would love to experience that in real time again, to have someone of that caliber with that type of instinct, with that success to match it as well. Because as we mentioned, those guys there that just don't have the same success.
Right.
It's somebody that has it all.
I feel like
beat either.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like this is kind of a weird one because he doesn't talk at all, but like Kawhi might kind of have elements of that too. He's just like not vocal at all, really. So like you never really know what's going on in dude's head, but like he's performed. He's gotten the job done on multiple occasions.
Definitely.
So
he's not the persona though. Like you're
right, exactly.
And we may circle back around to
feel it from Mike still, like I was saying.
We may circle back around to it, or we just stay here now. There were the funny moments of the doc where there were people crying about where like Jordan in during practices cussing out wherever the case.
I love it.
Yeah, it was great. Like I love every second of that. I took to Jude in the middle of it, like, bro, I'm in sports. Like
man. I was feeling the same way.
Yeah. So
I miss the scraps in basketball practice and stuff, man.
Exactly. Regardless of what level you on, everybody's not gonna be Michael Jordan, of course. But if you're some kind of athlete, you felt some kind of way. I would hope you felt some kind of way. Watching how riled up MJ got. Even to this day, we saw the videos live of how he was trash talking. Then we saw Michael Jordan sitting down talking about it, and the same intensity seemed to be there in both people. So
if you're a competitor, you definitely appreciate Mike's approach for sure.
Absolutely. So yeah, it was been great to see, and I'm loving all of it. And it's coming to an end next week, but it's been a great few weeks we've got of all this, and I'm glad to be able to see all that truly went on during MJ's run. So yeah, where did you want to go next with the doc? Because we kind of summed it up shortly, but you want to something else specifically?
Well, one thing we didn't really talk about yet is like his retirement and then him going to baseball, which is crazy in itself. Like, I don't think we've seen today where the best player in any sport decided to retire and switch sports.
Right.
And of course, a lot of like sensationalized headlines and stuff were made about when Jordan retired. And it was crazy for me to see too, because like we weren't even born when he did retire.
Exactly.
But, like, how the world stopped. Like the world was in shock when he retired. Like
he was at the game. Everybody put up the first pitch. Then word got out and it was like, what? Yeah. So
like, I think they described it as like a seismic shift. Like it was crazy how like the whole world was paying attention and like all the media world was at his retirement press conference. Like there was like probably 1,000 people in there to hear him say I'm walking away. Like it was crazy. Just his impact, like outside of just the game too.
Right. I think I saw a tweet from somebody saying how one of the designs for Nike, he was talking about how he was designing the next Jordan shoe. He was trying to figure out the Jordan 11 or whatever it was. I figured out the Jordan shoe, and he's sitting there having sketches, bouncing off people. And he gets a call like, "Hey, Jordan's retiring, change your plans. We got to make a retirement shoe real quick." He's like, what? He has to figure it out and ends up making that Jordan 11 or whatever it was a memorial piece to Jordan's career and things. So it's just crazy how everything shifted once that happened and what happened afterwards. Going to Jordan playing baseball, as you want to talk about more. What's interesting to me is that a lot of people trash MJ for his baseball career, his short baseball career, and all of that.
Right.
And while I do think some of the guys that coached him might have exaggerated a little bit, I don't know if he would have been an MLB level player or anything, but with what
I give some credence to what Terry Francona was saying, because he's a MLB manager who's won World Series too. So like he may have been hyping him a little bit, but he's done it and he's won at a high level too. So
to that point as well, even if there was a little bit of cap in there, him still hitting like 202 in there, the first 13 game, even though they were throwing back.
I didn't know that either. Yeah, because people, like you said, they always trash his career.
They always trash it. And my thing with that as well is people always compare him to like other two-sport athletes like the Deion Sanders and the Bo Jacksons. A lot of those guys kept playing that sport alongside their main sport throughout their career. And when they switched over, like, it was a smooth transition. Jordan stopped playing baseball for like
17 years, bro.
17 years, bro. And he came back and still did that. Like that's a big difference in there that always gets ignored. So for him to have that big of a gap and then to bounce back and still have the minor success that he did was very impressive to me. So that used to be a part of the punchline knocking Jordan, but I'm not using that against him no more because in context, you gotta add all the context around it as well to it, which makes it more impressive. So I definitely appreciate the insight in that that we got from his baseball career. So that was definitely major. Definitely.
Yeah, that's a big thing about this doc too, is like bringing all the context together, like you said, because like we know the moments, we know like the stories and the theories that we've heard that the media drove the narrative on to, but to hear Mike's perspective, I mean, it's gonna have some biases because it's from Mike's eyes too, but like just to hear a more rounded story is nice to finally see that, especially for us who didn't live through it either. So
definitely was impressive to see. Definitely enjoyed it all. Another thing, kind of staying on that same in the same region, talking with baseball, MJ and the reasons why he went to baseball and his father passing away and how big of an impact that had. Seeing that and his decision and how that played a part in playing baseball. And then also how he came back, Warrior 45, because he didn't want his father not to see him in that 23 again. And then to see him when he won that next championship, the emotion that we saw at the end of that last of episode 8, him crying on the court, on the floor after winning. That part kind of goes unacknowledged when it comes to Mike. Like we always talk about the killer aspect, the killer mentality, and all of that he has to him. He's still a human, and he still had a lot of emotions as well. And he had a lot he had on his back that he felt like he was able to carry, and then I won't say release, but he felt like it was a major step in being able to win with all that was going on alongside him as well. So those things definitely major as well. And another reason why I continue to my hat to him and continue to praise him and consider him the greatest of all time. So a lot of great stuff there. And
that was a crazy intense moment for sure. And also, I don't know if you caught another moment when he got emotional in like the recent interviews of him when he was talking about how like if people like don't like how he played the game, like that's fine, but like he did what he felt he needed to do to win. I think I had the quote here. What do you say?
I got this shirt. I got this on right now. Breadwinner's Inc. Success ain't an accident. It's as true as that. That's what it comes down to. Mike was like, you know what? I have to be this way to achieve the success that you see that I have. It may ruffle some feathers. People may get mad at me. People may not view me as a role model they want me to be. Yada, yada, yada. I don't care. As long as they know at the end of the day, I'm a winner, and y'all can say whatever else you want to say. So
he said winning has a price. Leadership has a price. Exactly. And his voice is starting to break. So I was like, it's crazy because like people always paint him with the asshole brush or the abrasive whatever. But like he said, he was trying to like bring his teammates to his level. And he may not have done it through the most conventional way or the most like encouraging way, but he was trying to bring everyone to that one goal that they had. And he got the results. And as you saw the other players talking about him now, like they respect him for it. They're like, we needed that and we got the job done. So like people trying to push the narrative that he was just a bad teammate. Like they said, he was probably the best teammate, actually.
He did what he had to do to get the job done, and that's all it comes down to. So I love that mentality from him, and I love again. I keep repeating myself now. I love all that I got from him. So definitely great things there. We ended it. They talked about I think it was that same finals where Gary Payton and the Sonics and them were going up against him, and Gary thought he hadn't figured it out for a second. And Mike came and shut that down. And
he played him well.
He played him well, but it was to the point that Mike said he didn't even have it figured out. There was speculation that he might have even lost 2 games just to have the final game back at home during finals. There's all kind of that part that is rumor, whatever. Right. But just the fact that Mike sat there and laughed in Gary Payton's face,
the most disrespectful. I was like, I love it. I love this man.
It's wild, but yeah, I love every second of it. So yeah, we got that. We got the insight on Space Jam and back to our points earlier about his determination, him going however long shooting on set for the movie, and at the same time bringing all these NBA guys in as well, outside the ones that are already in the movie, others in to hoop with him and get work in. And while others saw it as just great runs and some all-time great just pickup games, he was out there scouting guys, and that's kind of what helped him bounce back a little bit easier going into that next season. So yeah, a lot of great things there that I definitely enjoyed. We ended it the full episode 8 with Reggie Miller saying he thought he was going to end Jordan's run.
Yeah. That's leading us to episode 9 and 10. Let's go. I think those will be some great episodes.
Listen, Mike just laughed in Gary Payton's face, and now I know Gary Payton, Reggie Miller.
Hey, Reggie was getting buckets. Reggie was getting buckets out there.
But nah, bro. Nah, bro. It's not happening. Mike ain't going out like that, bro. No
everyone
way.
knew Mike was different, and you can respect Reggie too, because like I said, like if you're a competitor, like you want to beat the best too.
Yeah, I respect it. But
at a certain point, like Mike was different, bro. Like people feared him.
Right.
Like people don't like fear LeBron like that. But maybe some a little bit Kobe, but
at first we did. Then he started losing, and we're like, oh, all right.
Yeah, no, Mike's a different animal, and I really like respected and appreciate when he was talking about, or actually, it was his trainer who was saying what Mike said, that like if people are gonna sit down and give me like 3 hours of their time, like I have an obligation to be my best, like on the court, like for that, like, and I wish that's kind of a mentality that some of the guys put forth today. I mean, everyone's making a lot of money now. Like they're probably a little more carefree. Like they're just happy that they're able to live the lifestyle they can and play a game and make money. But like, I wish a lot of guys like took it that seriously. Like
took it personal
with his life. Yeah, exactly. And the whole course of episode 7 and 8, basically what we've been talking about, just really spoke to his mentality and what drove him and his humanity too. And yeah, I really appreciated these episodes for sure. Might have been my favorite so far.
I think so. I'm with you on. These probably were my favorite 2 episodes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what's next, and we're definitely gonna be back to recap those as well. So yeah, that's the last I have to say. I think, do you have anything else you want to bring up with the documentaries right now?
I don't think so. Mike the GOAT, man. Bronxexuals got to sit down.
Y'all got to shut up, man. I'm sorry. It's just different. It's a different Europe.
They're gonna take away 15-year-olds' Twitters, man. I'm getting sick of it.
Honestly, it's getting ridiculous.
You're right.
It's getting ridiculous. Yes, exactly. So yeah, definitely love that, and we're definitely looking forward to next episodes from the Jordan doc. So, or the Chicago Bulls doc. You know what it's about though. So yeah. Episodes 9 and 10 next week. We shall be back to cover those. Continue to follow us online. Our @s are below. I'm Just Say G. This is Alec Foster. Section.300 on IG, Section.300 Pod on Twitter. That's all, man. We will see you guys next week. Lastly, rest in peace to Andre Harrell, who just passed this last week. Rest in peace to Lil Richie, who passed this last week. Also, sending our prayers out to Carl Anthony Towns as well. His mother passed earlier this year from the coronavirus, and Mother's Day is here. And I know it's probably not the best day for him. So just sending well wishes out to all those that were lost this last week. Betty Wright as well this last week. So all those that were lost this last week, as well as those that just need a hug today, because I know many people have been doing with a lot with this coronavirus and things. So I want to send condolences to them as well. Our prayers to them. So that was it. That's the last thing. I got nothing else, but want to make sure I ended on that. So
yeah, it's important.
Here we are, ready for next week, and we'll see you then. So 600 is out, and peace, man. We'll see you then. Deuces.